Hey everyone, welcome back to another Roll'emCast episode. I'm Carl, as always, joined with Dakota.
Hello, everybody.
So we're gonna start with this one with kind of laying out our new structure here. So Roll'emCast is gonna be when we're just talking about whatever we feel like talking about. We're planning on doing two, maybe three of these a month. Just yeah, talking about things, and then we'll have our tactics talks or our song or um, Warhammer specific talks or whatever. But these are just going to be kind of hangout podcasty style stuff where we talk about either things we've done lately or things we're going to do or whatever other bunch, pretty much. This episode here, we are going to start off. So we got some good stuff going on right now. First and foremost, we are officially over 100,000 views on YouTube total. Of course, that's all content, so that includes like the song stuff from. I mean, we've been doing this almost like 5 years now.
Yeah, I mean, that stuff even from 5 years ago, I bet only makes up 5,000 views, if that.
Probably a pretty small percentage. I'm actually
Uh-huh.
going
Yeah.
to. Oh, let's see here. Is there a way I can filter? No, I don't know. Date oldest stuff. Here we go. Um, we have one video with 2,000 views, one video with 500, and that's it. Everything else is double digits. So
So
yeah,
yeah, so we're
so yeah,
looking
like
at
probably less than 3,000, less than 3,000
Mhm.
views on on all of that stuff combined. So yeah, so now that we're in the air quotes here new era age of the channel, I mean, yeah, we're looking at like 104,000 views between all of our long form and our shorts and live and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. I would say too, we've had talking about live, just because you mentioned it, we've had most of our live streams are just all right. I mean, it's just us getting on either playing like a video game or something. I know the Witcher episode is a few thousand views, correct? 1,500, something like that.
About 1,300. Yep, the
1,500,
unboxing
yeah.
of the Witcher
Hmm.
board game.
And then we streamed Helldivers like I don't know a week or two ago, and that one actually has a fair amount of views for one of our live streams.
10,
I don't know,
10,
10. What
10.
what was one?
The
What?
the miniature painting video where I looked for a piece to my airbrush
Oh,
for
you're
20
right.
minutes.
That was the one
That
because it
one
was
is almost
that one.
700 views right now, and yes, that
Yeah,
one.
it's literally 20 minutes of just a screen because Carl is looking for a piece to his airbrush,
No, no,
and
it's not just that. We're breaking down old videos, trying to figure out what the hell the airbrush even looks like to begin with.
right. You're right. I was mistaken. I was thinking
People
it was
loved it.
Helldivers.
People love it. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. We'll just turn on the live streams from now on and just show our table
Yeah.
and just ramble.
Which does remind us. So we are doing some live streams now. We're doing like a couple Friday nights a month. Come on over to the YouTube. We are, as of right now, we're either playing Helldivers or we're doing what we're calling hobby hangouts, which is we're just painting stuff, chit chatting, hanging out with viewers, all that good stuff.
Mhm.
Um, Hopefully we keep those going. And then get some more activity in the live streams and kind of engage with people better, which kind of brings me to my next point. So we are over 500 subs now here on YouTube, or if you're listening to a podcast, over on YouTube. We're over 500 subs now. Now that's kind of a big milestone for us because it means we can start to get some members and some super chats and things of that such.
Mhm.
And we have a plan for that, but we're gonna circle back to that at the end of the episode. We got kind of a cool thing coming for that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Uh, or do we just do it now?
Yeah, we can just do it
We'll
now.
just do it now. Okay, so our road to 1,000 views. So 1,000 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers on YouTube is when you can apply for partnership, which is it's ad revenue, which would be great because then we could first and foremost we could buy better streaming equipment. We could get better
Correct.
microphones. We could get better cameras. We could provide a better product to our friends that watch the channel, which goal number one, absolutely
Hmm.
goal number one, is to get like some 4K cameras and some Blue Yeti microphones, uh, maybe even some better graphic effects and such like that. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
Between 500 and 1,000, like we said, we can get super chats and memberships. Um, any anything we make from that, whether it be $50 or if it's ends up being a couple $100 or whatever, we plan on taking that and turning it into giveaways.
Hmm.
So let's say it's $100 or 120, whatever like a combat patrol is. We'll do a video and it'll be something along the lines of comment on this video to enter the giveaway. And if you win the giveaway, you could pick a combat patrol that we would like to do a 1 day live stream from opening the box to finishing the models. Sit down, we'll get together. We live quite a few hours apart, but we'll find a day. We get together and we're going to paint the whole thing, live stream the whole thing, and make a cool video of it. Now, if this ends up being enough to where we can do like a first, second, and third place giveaway, maybe, $120 combat patrol, and then like a 70 whatever dollar vehicle, and then maybe like a smaller unit box of whatever, like a model that's $30 or something, or maybe a Song of
Hmm.
Ice and Fire unit, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, yeah, and we definitely would adjust. So if you say it was like that combat patrol side, but you're like, I don't play 40K or Age of Sigma or something like that. We would adjust it.
Sure. If
We're
if you
not gonna be the guy that.
if you want whatever equates to $100 of like a 3D printed army, which that would probably be a lot of 3D printed stuff.
I mean,
Maybe,
that would be a pretty big 3D printed army.
maybe someone's like, "Hey, I want orcs, and I'm okay
Yeah.
with them being 3D printed. What can you do?" And we'll get after it. I mean, that would be kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah. Hmm.
Actually, sounds like a good idea either way. But
Hmm.
yeah, so we want to do that. Um, just like to kind of say thanks to everyone who has watched and listened and viewed and liked and commented and subscribed. All of those things. It'd just be awesome to kind of pass that on to the community and
Hmm.
keep growing things here because we're super excited to be over this 500 subscribers mark. And we were watching it yesterday
Hmm. Yeah.
because
Yeah. We're just in the middle of the day looking at it like 496, 497. Then it's like right there, and then you're just waiting.
did you see? And oh man, I felt I felt like just something brew inside me. I texted code at one point. I'm like 499, and then I think someone was watching the short and accidentally subscribed because we had a quick spike up to 500 and it was down almost immediately, and I was just like, "Why have you forsaken us?" And then it took like an hour. Like we had like a bunch of subs, and then it just died like right there. And it was like, "Don't please don't do this to me.
Hmm.
Just go over 500." Um, the memberships and super chats, they are like a month away because YouTube has to review the channel. It's a whole thing. I've been looking into it, and yeah, so that's where we're at. Okay, do we got anything else on that?
No, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. I mean, we've kind of been um, spiking up here in subs lately, and we appreciate you guys subscribing and checking us out.
Yes, very much. Okay, so also it kind of comes at a perfect time. We are closing in on the 1 year anniversary of the, once again, air quotes, I wish I had a better name for it, the new era of the channel when we started to make um, painting tutorials and some of these other uh, the new YouTube content, the things that aren't Song Ice and Fire Tabletop Simulator, which
Mhm.
is the majority of what we've done before. So we're closing in. Next week we're going to be like 6 weeks away from that date. Now, to kind of celebrate that because anyone who watched the channel, I'm pretty sure, has watched our slap chopping wrong Giants video. It's 20% of our views. It's like 22,000 views almost. Half of our watch time. It is impressive. It really helped kickstart the channel here. So we're gonna do what we're calling 6 weeks of slap chop to kind of celebrate that. We're hopefully each going to put out a video each week. So we'll 2 videos a week for the next 6 weeks on slap choppy sort of topics to
Mhm.
kind of tip the hat to the old Giants video there. Um, I have a few things I'm working on. One of the things on my list is I want to attempt to slap chop the vehicle. I am in the midst of like custom modeling, and I'm not actually modeling, but I am to an extent. Different bits and stuff. What I'm calling my PBR, my Plague Burst Rhino. I'm mashing together a Plague Burst Crawler and a Death Guard Rhino into like one print. If you're just listening to podcast, we do have an image of it over here on the YouTube, and I think I also did like a little YouTube post sort of thing on it.
Mhm.
So that will be one of the things on my slap chop list here over the next 6 weeks. I will also probably do a full stream modeling this thing. I kind of modeled half of it. Was like, okay, this is gonna work. I'm gonna do a stream where I start at the beginning and sort of model this thing and kind of show people how I go about some of that. So that'll be one of the things I do over the next 6 weeks here. Dakota, you want to go ahead with a little preview of what you got coming out here?
Yeah, so like I've never been a big slap chop painter. So I'm just doing more slap chop, obviously. I'm really just doing a lot of different colors, a lot of Space Marines. And if you're checking out the images, you might look at some of them and be like, they look wildly mediocre. Um, so really gonna end up like slap chopping probably some Space Marines up and then being like, okay, you played your tournament, but you want to not have these things painted like crap anymore. Like, how can we not make this thing look like crap? My I'm doing basically red, green, blue. I'm gonna do one on like a bone color to see like what you don't really need a slap chop bone, but just like what it does, like what's gonna happen.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. Slap chopping bone sounds like bone colored armor, not actual bone.
right.
So it actual bones really easy to slap chop. Bone armor, it does sound like I'm not sure how I'd go about it. I think I'd have to try it on about 5 different models, 5 different ways, and sort of see what I liked.
Yeah, kind of following some of the other like recipes I've done for bone, and I'll just say it's like not like that wildly different. And I think there's just easier. I'll just say it. There's easier ways just to do it like a bone color paint.
Sure.
But really, with the slap top, I was like, oh, do you get any more like gradients or anything like that? Which you do, and then I'm gonna just go through and be like, okay, this I could probably clean them up and make them look good, and then you could do like a Deathwing army or even like Plague Marine army because I know they have like a bone scheme or whatever you're
Hmm.
painting, you know. Um, yeah, so the three main colors, a bone one, and then I'm gonna do the dude that if you're looking at the images, the Chaos Space Marine. I'm gonna paint him in like the Sons of Malice scheme, what slap chopping that would look like. And then I'll end up doing one like painting black because I've painted black before, and I know Carl was like, "Oh, that looks pretty good." Like, just run us through the recipe, like what you do, and it's not hard, but you can't really slap chop black. It's kind of just like you do it,
Right,
and
right.
then you get done because you know, good looking black armor is not that hard to do.
Yeah,
Um,
I know you've talked about doing the Sons of Malice stuff for a long time, and I'm pretty excited to see one of those guys because I think that color scheme is just so cool. Just
yeah,
black,
I've
white. It's kind of
uh,
abstract.
yeah, I've done a oh, like a dark apostle in the scheme, like a traditional paint. I painted him up. I think he looks great, but I just kind of have like these other legionaries just sitting around that I haven't touched yet because I've just been painting other stuff. And I'm like, I'll do one of these guys in a slap chop and
Yep.
just go from there.
Yeah. Cool. Super excited there. But yeah, here if you go over to the YouTube, there's some images, kind of a little preview of what is to come for those guys, and then one other thing that I'll preview for my 6 weeks of Slapchop. I have two. I have I have yeah, I have two big projects I have planned for it, which I'm not ready to quite preview yet. And then I have the Plague Burst Rhino. And then I picked out four Witcher models for the Witcher's miniature game. I've done a few of these on the channel, not nearly as much as I've wanted to out of this game, but I got four models out of that, which I think I'm gonna do like a voting kind of post and see which ones people would like to see. But I have the Arch Spore, which is like think of like a Nurgle flower. It's
Hmm.
like a Venus flytrappy with pustules sort of flower. I wanted to stay away from anything that was going to get used with camo cloak because all three models I've done, camo cloak ended up being like the default color, and I was like, I want to get away from this color for a little bit.
Yeah.
The next model I had lined up, I was making notes and kind of planning it. I can't remember what the hell it was called. It's from the Scaleg expansion,
Hmm.
um, whatever. It was going to be camo cloak again, and I'm like, no, like I want to do something else. So we have the arch spore, which is like this Nurgle Venus flytrap looking flower thing. We have the Bargist, um, which is the it's like a ghost neon greeny kind of dog thing.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know how I would pull this off a Slapchop, but I think I have an idea of, and it would be like that reverse slap chop, the slap chap, if you will, from the Giants video. I think I would bring that technique back out again. I haven't touched it since last time. In kind of do it with these guys. I'm not sure. Maybe mix a little alien goo green with some type of speed paint. Not
Hmm.
not not positive, but I do think these guys would be pretty cool to check out. The Yagurn, which is a giant centipede uh, thing. I don't know, but it has like a blue shell. The image here on screen, it has kind of a bone tan sort of body, but a lot of the other images I saw on like the Witcher wiki and things, it almost has like a red belly, so it's like blue and red, almost very um is it Behemoth Tyranids?
I'm not sure.
I
Probably.
think it's Behemoth Hive Fleet is that blue carapace with the red skin. It's very much like that. And then also finally the Fiend, which is like has like elk antlers, but it's got like three eyes and a dog, a canine sort of mouth, and it's a pretty cool looking model. So I think I'm gonna do at least one of these guys, maybe two of them. So look for a poll coming up on which of these you may like to see, or drop it in the comments down below, and we'll I'm gonna do one of them for sure. Hopefully two of these guys, and these are the four that I wanted because I was looking at a lot of the Witcher stuff, and I don't think I'm gonna slap chop the whole box. There's some models where I was like, this dude needs like a Zenithal highlight. Like if I'm
Hmm.
gonna do this model, I'm it's gonna get some airbrush. It's gonna be different, you know.
Yeah.
But these four, I was like, these will make really good slap chop models, I think. So yeah, drop that comment on. You can comment on the podcast too over on Spotify. If you're listening on Spotify or wherever you're at, I'm pretty sure you can comment there, and we would see those.
We
Um,
see those.
yeah,
We probably see them somewhere.
yeah, I think they're somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, they're out there.
Which reminds me, another little things are going well. We are at over 3,000 podcast plays now, lifetime,
Hmm.
and we kind of stepped away from these for quite a while. 3,000 plays on 42 episodes. So
That's not too bad.
no, it's yeah, things are looking up over here. We're becoming cool. Um, What else? What else we got for? We got anything else for this? We
Not
talked about the
really.
live streaming. We talked about um the giveaway. No, I think that might be about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's I'd say too, even off of this episode, if there's something you do want to see, just throw some suggestions down in the comments. I mean, we're open. We'll if you're like, hey, paint this or do like a video on painting,
Hundred
you know,
percent, 100%. We're
like
always yeah.
yeah, like you could post like, hey, I dare you to paint a whole army, and then we both would be like, this episode's never gonna get done. Um, but could be
Yeah,
something like that. Like who knows? The sky's the limit.
it would be yeah. I really want someone to you know dare us to print and try to paint like a whole orc army in a day or something.
I think somebody could just dare us to paint a whole army, and we would struggle. But
Shh.
how many full armies do you have painted?
Well, when you put it like that, it sounds bad. Okay. Um, what do you mean by whole armies? I mean like I have enough points to say I have a whole free folk army painted. I
Do you have one of every unit painted?
no no no. Okay. So if let's say we were looking at free folk, I have 4 units of raiders done. I think 2 units of trappers. I probably have 4 giants done.
Hmm.
Um, 2 units of Bone Lord's Chosen Followers Bone. Uh, that might be it for my free folk. Like fully painted. I mean, I probably have a bunch of heroes and attachments and stuff too.
Hmm.
For Warhammer, I have finally picked a Tyranid scheme though. I finally said, hey, this is my scheme. If you go over and watch that live stream, that is 20 minutes of me looking for my airbrush. You can also watch 20 minutes of me painting Tyranids. So,
Yeah.
um, do you have a whole? Yeah, yeah. You probably have like whole Dark Angels, right?
I mean, technically no. I mean, it's kind of gotten out of hand, so technically no.
I'm not saying
Okay.
all of your Dark Angels, but you have like 2,000 points of Dark Angels
Oh yeah, yeah,
done.
for
Like
sure.
dudes that
Yeah,
are like done. That's the
yeah.
other thing too. Is like how many? I have a bunch of Death Guard models that are like probably very close to being done. They may be missing a shoulder pad or two because I'm a bot, but
Mhm. I don't
um
have too many units that aren't like that are started and like not completed. I might have like one or two like sets of five here and there. I don't tend to like start people and stop them unless it's like this is an acceptable place to stop because it's
right.
technically mid and everything's covered.
Yeah,
I think the only army that I would say I have fully painted would be my Baratheons because I can do. I think I got at least one of everything
right.
except for the new stuff because I haven't been playing recently. So
I know I have quite a few models on my desk that have probably been on my desk for like 2 years that are like don't need very much to be done. Like a few Marvel Crisis Protocol models. Um, like a Green Goblin that I literally think just needs like glued to a base, and then a Deadpool who's like standing on a rocket, like the rocket needs painted, and then there's Rocket from Rocket and Groot, like Groot's done. Rocket needs some highlighting. Lizard needs like his tongue done, and then like because he's like bursting up out of the sewers, he needs like his tongue done and the manhole cover painted, and then like that model's pretty close to finished, and then one of these days I figured we'll do it for one of the live streams. I'm gonna be like, hey, I'm just working on whatever's on my desk. I just want to get things off my desk at this point.
man, I had my desk cleaned off last week because I was like doing something. I actually cleaned it off and it looked good. And then I was like, "Oh, I can just put out five models that I want to paint on." And the
Mm-hmm.
next thing you know, I got like some other units out for something because I was like reorganizing and now I'm back to like a lot on my desk and it's like,
Well, and that's what happens, right? You put something on your desk and you're like, this is the next thing I'm gonna do.
uh-huh.
And then you're like, no, this is the next thing I want to do, but I have these other things that I kind of need to do.
Yeah.
And then you end up with, I mean, I have 6 crisis protocols. I have like, I don't know, 7, 8, 9. 9 Plague Marines, working on like 3 different color schemes.
Hmm.
I got like these Tyranid Ripper swarms. Just anytime I got the airbrush out, and I'm just like throwing a little extra paint places. Yeah, one of these days we're just gonna be like, hey, we're not getting anything new out until the desk is cleaned off.
That'll be the day.
It will be the day. Uh, all right. Well, thanks anyone who's still hanging out. Once again, Friday nights, keep an eye. We will probably post on either Facebook or maybe do a YouTube short or something announcing if we're going to be going live that night. Um, you know, half hobby hangout, half hell divers, or just one or the other. And by all means, come by, hang out and chat. Let's let's party. It'll be fun.
Yeah, yeah. Come on in and check it out. Check us out.
Sweet. All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. Thanks everybody who's listening this whole time, been a friend of the channel for however long you've been a friend of the channel for. We greatly appreciate it. Let's the likes, the comments, subscribe, all that stuff. And we'll see you guys soon. Next week, we'll have some of these 6 week of Slapchop videos starting. So we're looking forward to that.
Well,
All right.
thanks for joining us, everybody.
All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.